Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored by Spiegel Law PC, 516-873-1683. Let us solve your problems. And by Tiffany Dry Cleaners, pickup and delivery in West Hempstead and surrounding communities, 718-309-5222. And by I&D Glot Market, 327 Hempstead Avenue. For all of your shopping needs, here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, Dan, thank you so much. And Norm, great to be back.
Yeah, good to be back. A little chilly outside, but other than that...
Ooh, you know, it's cold. It feels like a little bit of winter coming in, and we got some rain coming in this weekend, looking at maybe a couple of inches. You know, who knows? Oh, and I read this thing in National Geographic about the double invasion of cicadas. I don't know if they're coming this far north, but apparently it's going to be like one every 20-year event. Holy crap.
Well, usually it's like one every 17 years, I think.
But
so this will be worse than usual.
This is two different forms of cicada. It's so mind-boggling, I can't even talk about it because, you know, bigger stories are out there. Everyone knows. No, actually, no one knows. But I worked in News 12 for quite a while, and one of the best stories we ever did was about 10 years ago. We covered this story about the hot dog hooker, and the hot dog hooker was a woman who was arrested, and she was convicted of selling a little bit more than hot dogs out of her van.
Right.
And anyway, she's back in the news, and wow, it's not great stuff.
No, she's certifiable. I mean, this time she's been ranting at people and all kinds of anti-Semitic stuff. I mean, she's crazy. Yeah. The lady needs to be on drugs, and all they do is keep locking her up.
Well, again, I don't know what the diagnosis is, but she was arrested again. She for allegedly stalking a man in East Rockaway, apparently in a store, and again having anti-Semitic comments. East Rockaway is really just down the street from West Hempstead.
It's if I saw the article correctly, the guy's not even Jewish. Like, it has nothing to do with this guy.
Crazy.
It's just random stuff.
She's just nuts. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? In the old days, every time we could say hot dog hooker, our ratings and our page views would go up. So even though we're local West Hempstead, I'm hot dog hooker. Ratings, let's go.
We'll start every show that way.
Yeah, so we're trying to count on you viewers that I hope our ratings go through the roof here.
Anyway, so, in covering also stories that are, local and talking about, things that, that exploded, there was this huge two-alarm fire right down the street in Franklin Square.
Yeah, right off of Nassau Boulevard. The guy had about $20,000 worth of fireworks in his garage, and it all went up in smoke. It took out the garage and probably a good piece of the house, a lot of damage, and a lot of fireworks going off.
Yeah, my understanding is that some of the exploding arsenal here also took out somebody else's garage or some other part of their property. God knows what's going to be the insurance situation here.
Yeah, it's first of all, the explosion took place on Morton Avenue, which is right kind of where Nassau Boulevard meets Dogwood. So again, really next door to West Hempstead. And so far, no injuries are reported, but the fire is under investigation. And
yeah, I wonder what happened.
But I just go on a rant for about 30 seconds, Norm. So you can cover your ears if you want, and Dan, you can, play.
Wait. It's either going to be a pool or a sidewalk. Which one?
Oh no, it's sidewalk, but it's sidewalk, and I got really pissed off. I was looking at a Facebook site recently. It's the West Hempstead Community Page Facebook site. There's a lot of West Hempstead sites. This one seemed interesting, and there was a whole thread there about overgrown shrubbery in West Hempstead. And you're looking down these sidewalks, and between the cracked sidewalks and these shrubs, which are basically 3/4 of the way.
Right. There's no sidewalk left.
There's no sidewalk. How do you take a wheelchair? How do you take a stroller? And it's not enforced because Town of Hempstead does not enforce unless, a neighbor or someone complains about it. And this,
And by the way, God forbid you build your fence on a property somewhere that it doesn't leave enough room supposedly for people to see. Then they'll go nuts about it. But there's at least one place on Wilson Street you literally can't walk on the sidewalk anymore.
Yeah, it's all over. It's really an epidemic. So please, politicians, if you are watching this show, go fix this. Nor maybe it's time for us to take a commercial break.
Tiffany Dry Cleaner is ready to handle all your cleaning, laundering, and dry cleaning needs. We offer free pickup and delivery Sunday to Friday in all communities. Give us a shot.
All right, we're back. So, Norm, I think West Hempstead is becoming like the mecca of fast food establishments.
Well, Popeye's there.
Yeah, so Popeye's, yeah. So, very recently I was driving by Hempstead Turnpike and I saw this big Popeye's kind of popping up out of nowhere. And
it's crazy. It's crazy because our numbers go crazy because of Popeye. We talk about Popeye and all of a sudden everybody wants to hear about what we have to say.
Yeah, well, last time it was Jersey Mike, which is down the block. Popeye's, which is not opened yet, but it's going to open soon, and it has a drive-in in the back. It's right in that Sterling Optical Shopping Center, which is right between Stop and Shop and the old Capri Motel. So, wow, if you love Louisiana fried chicken, go to Popeye's. Yeah, and then, let's just keep staying on food because
people love food.
I'm really getting hungry. And, if you go to our site, there's two amazing videos. One of them is really taking off and doing unbelievably well.
How many people saw that?
I don't, Dan, I haven't checked. I wouldn't be surprised if
thousands.
We're certainly in the hundreds at this point.
No, not hundreds. It was like 1,500. Like the first day. Yeah. So
we're talking about the chocolate bunnies. That's it.
Yeah, we're talking about Carl Restorer Sr. and Leslie McAvoy from the Historical Society making chocolate bunnies in this like secret location within the depths of Restorers. Dan, again, we're going to keep talking about it because it was so much fun, and apparently the community is just enjoying watching it. So
if you haven't actually gone out to see it, go ahead and look. And by the way, feel free to follow us on Instagram because we're getting a little more active there, and there's going to be a lot of great stuff. So please go check us out and follow and subscribe and whatever else they tell you to do.
Yeah. So Dan, we're talking about Instagram. So, we have Michelle from Just What the Kosher Ordered, and she was with Carl Restorer Sr., who, he's just born for television. I mean,
he's our star right now.
He really is a star. And they were making Hamantaschen with the, I guess it's called the Master Baker Tommy. That was also amazing, right, Dan?
Oh, it was really terrific. And by the way, we definitely got some samples, and they were terrific. And
whoa. I didn't get any samples. What happened?
Oh, man.
Did
you eat the samples, Dan?
I might have.
I'm not even sure that the samples made it into the house, to be honest.
This stuff is great.
There was actually somehow in the samples, there was a cross bun in there, which quite honestly I never had before. And it was really amazing. I mean, everything there is just unbelievable.
Really yeah, and we really appreciate Reester's opening the doors to us. Letting us record these Simply Delicious episodes there. And I think we all know how good the food is. By all means, pop in. And with the Easter Bunny, they're still, I think, raffling off that Easter Bunny if you guess the weight. So go in and guess the weight. You might win a bunny.
Yeah, hop on over. And don't forget, we got the Easter Bunny run coming up pretty soon with the fire trucks. So that's going to be coming up in another week or so on Saturday night. And Norm also, we love getting flyers in the mail. So, what do we get this week?
The latest one is a 2024 grand finale car show. It's Sunday, April 21st. It's at Point Lookout, the town park in Point Lookout.
Yeah.
They charge $25 if you have a reservation before. Otherwise, it's $30 at the door. If you like old cars, I guess that's the place to be.
Is it $25 to get in to bring a car in, or
no? I guess to park. I mean, I assume that's what you do at the Point Lookout. But it's $30 the day of.
All right, well, there you go. And get our tax dollars in good use, and looks like it actually could be a good event. Of course, it's a month away, so, but if you want to book it, book it. I think that's going to wrap it for this week in West Hempstead. I want to thank you, Norm. I want to thank you, Dan. Want to wish everyone great holidays.
Happy spring.
Happy spring, happy Purim, happy Easter. The weather is going to be changing soon, and happy leaf blowing and happy gardening. Take care.
Have a great day.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you would like to sponsor our program, much like Spiegel Law, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, and IND Glot Market, please reach out to us at sales@westhempsteadecho.com.
Welcome to I&D. Purim is coming. We are so happy. A lot of baskets for Purim. All kind of various prices, small, big, medium, whatever it is. All the candy in the world in these baskets. Sudat Purim. Come fill up your table with all of I&D's takeout. Special stuff for Purim, of course. Come and shop.